What up YouTube, I am the Communist Messiah. I was watching a video recently about the path of apathy, stating that the answer to whether man is inherently good or inherently bad is actually neither. They're inherently just lazy. And it got me thinking, what is humanity really like? As a race, what are we like? So I did a bit of research, I did a bit of reading, and I found 4 arguments that really kind of resonated with me. From 3 different philosophers. The first is Thomas Hobbes, who was a 15th and 16th century English philosopher, who in his book Leviathan stated that human life, if left to its own devices, would be nasty, brutish and short. Essentially, humans would murder, rape, pillage and steal until they had secured their own survival. Which meant that we'd basically be stabbing each other in the back all the time and no one would ever live past 20. Then along comes Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who was a friend of David Hume, and he argued for the noble savages. And he said that if we were to take out all social constructs, so get rid of all cities, get rid of all towns, all countries, all race lines, all sorts of things, churches, organised religion, get rid of it all, humans would be essentially kind to each other, because it was in our best interest, and as free people, we would be able to work together effectively. Which is a nice idea. And then Charles St. Michael, who, I'm calling him a philosopher because he is. I think he is the best example of a modern day Socrates we've got, except maybe Jacqueline Glenn. And he's suggested 2 possible theories. The first, man is inherently stupid. Well, take a look at the vast human population and tell me he's wrong. And the other is that humans are apathetic. They're just a bit lazy. So I'll go through all of these arguments in turn. The first one, Thomas Hobbes' nasty, brutish and short argument. It seems rather logical to suggest this one, especially when we look at early cultures. Look at the Vikings. Like, they came in and basically raped all the women, murdered all the men, took all the gold, settled, made a nasty splash in the gene pool. Take a look at pretty much any cave tribe. They'd meet up and kill each other. The Scottish clan wars. Anywhere where there are 2 groups of people that meet up, that are of different origins, of different ideologies, they don't get on, and it usually ends in bloodshed. Right? As we've developed as a race, as humans have become better people, and new cities and social constructs have been set up, it's limited our freedom insofar as we have a legal system that prevents us from doing whatever the hell we like, but at the same time, we as people are better because of it. And I can see the logic in that argument. It makes a lot of sense. Because I know there are certain people that I wouldn't trust. Like, you know, marooned on a desert island, there are people I would not trust. So, left to our own devices, are we evil? Thomas Hobbes would say, yeah, probably. Take a look at Lord of the Flies, that's a huge example. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, on the other hand, completely disagrees. He says that humans are innately good, and it's social constructs like organisations and communities that have actually caused us to become evil. If we were left to our own devices, we'd be fine. This is a nice idea, but it's not provable by any way, because humans are social animals. We form groups naturally. Like, put people together, they form a group, they form a clique, you know? So it's impossible to say that not having groups would mean that we'd be better people, because we naturally form groups anyway. So whilst I like the idea, and I think a lot of humanity is actually, at their heart, pretty good people, I think it doesn't deserve to be rated as a theory. Next we have the first of Charles St. Michael's 2 arguments, that man is inherently stupid. And to be honest, I can agree with that I'm not sure there's a human being on the planet that can't agree with that one. Right? American humans, for example, were stupid enough to elect George Bush Jr. twice. He got 2 terms. Idiocy. English idiots elected David Cameron. Having, like, and he's a new Prime Minister after Gordon Brown, who wasn't elected, but Tony Blair was the previous one elected. Idiots! Again! So this concept that humans are inherently stupid seems to be logical as well. But equally, I think a more accurate assessment is that humans are apathetic. And Charles St. Michael gives the examples of Nazi Germany. And it's true. The Nazi Party didn't form the majority of the people, you know, until they forced themselves to. So it's a logical assessment to make that the Nazi Party wasn't the result of human evil, it was the result of human apathy. People didn't care enough. People just weren't bothered. And that's what caused problems. Like, there are people today who have the vote, who have the right to vote, and they choose not to. Or actively throw their vote away on a third party. Because whether you're in the US or the UK, there are 2 parties, Conservatives and Liberals. That's it. In the UK you've got the Conservative Party and the Labour Party, and in America you've got the Republicans and the Democrats. It doesn't matter what other parties spring up. They're never going to win. They're never going to get elected. You've got 2 parties. So I think a big aspect of it is humans are apathetic. But we can't make these blanket statements. I think humanity, as a group, is a combination of all 4. I think we can clearly see some inherently evil human beings. Joseph Stalin springs to mind, Adolf Hitler, Chairman Mao, and I know my name's the Communist Messiah, but still, Chairman Mao, Kim Jong-il. So we've got some clearly evil human beings. Also, we've got some clearly good human beings. Mahatma Gandhi. If you believe in him, Jesus Christ. Like, we have good people. Good human beings. Mother Teresa. Right? She was good. Maximilian Kolbe. He was good. From what I can tell, Charles St. Michael, he seems like a pretty good guy. Jacqueline Glenn, the amazing atheist, I'm fairly convinced is actually inherently evil, but still. But we also have inherently stupid people. We all have that one person that we knew at school who would just be, Sarah, don't get it! And it's just kind of, oh, for God's sake, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! So we all do have people like that. So there are clearly inherently stupid people as well. They may not mean evil, they may not mean good. They're just stupid. And we do have some inherently apathetic people. We have people who just don't care at all, whatever happens. They just spectate life. They don't actively take a part in it. And I think that is what sums us up as people. Some of us are good, some of us are evil, some of us are stupid, and some of us are lazy. But it's how we group together, how we use those various elements. For instance, if the good people get the stupid people on board, then they'll form a majority against the evil people, and the apathetic people will just hop on the bandwagon. So we need to organise ourselves in a better way than we are at the moment. So, that's my thoughts. Humanity. There's no one way to describe humans. We're a lot of things. Stupid, lazy, good and evil. And some of us are mixtures of them all. Where do you fall? I am the Communist Messiah. See you, YouTube.